talking about a bunch of stuff, some stuff that we've gone through, some stuff we've seen, some stuff we've been through, some of the good shows, some of the bad shows, all of it. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Princess Lady K, how are you today, darling?
I am good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm just out here searching and struggling and seeing some stuff. So let's start back at Harriman Heat with NWA JCP. We had a great show. I know that we've already done a review on it in the past, and I know it's going to be kind of hard to remember everything that took place, but we want to talk about Joe Kazana Promotions and the National Wrestling Alliance, and we want to give them the best credit that's possible because they put on an awesome show at Harriman Heat at Harriman High School in Harriman, Tennessee. And they did a good job there. And moving forward to the shows that we've seen since then, let's kind of rate them. You know, let's try to get through. So we went to the actual big NWA show, which was in Knoxville, Tennessee for Power. And they shot a bunch of episodes of Power on one night, one episode that was there. And how did you feel that turned out, Lady K?
I really enjoyed it, seeing everybody coming together and going for everything.
Oh yeah. And it was a lot of fun too. I mean, we can't give it all away, you know, because not all the episodes are out yet, and you haven't seen everything that's going to be coming in season 19 of NWA Power. If you guys have not downloaded the CW app, now would be a great time to do that on your phone, on your tablet, on Roku, wherever you guys are at. You need to download the CW app and check out National Wrestling Alliance and National Wrestling Alliance Power.
And you won't be disappointed.
Absolutely not. You will definitely not be disappointed at the action that took place for what's to come there. But did you have a good time at that show?
Really did.
How did you feel how the crowd turned out and how it was and how everything happened there?
It was bigger than what I expected, because even people keep coming in even when it started, to the point where they even had to have people behind us on the bleachers filled in. Oh, absolutely. And when we arrived there, there was no like direction on where to go or what to do. And I reached out to my friend, Mr. Danny Jones, to find out if we were even in the right spot, because it took us around to the back of the high school to the production area that was going on by. We were right beside the production truck, right beside everybody that was out there. They were very friendly to us, but Danny Jones reached out to us and he told us, you know, no, turn back around, go back to the other side, find you a good parking spot. They're going to be opening doors on the other side. And man, by the time that we got out there to the parking lot, it was bare. It didn't look like anybody was going to show up. And about 10 or 15 minutes, we sat outside and they just started rolling in. They were wrapped around the building. We started walking up to the front, and then all of a sudden it was like, bam, out of nowhere, people were lining up.
Now, I counted about 650 people roughly. There may have been more than that, but that's what I could count. And they did an excellent job on promoting that show, selling that show, getting the talent to that show. They just had excellent stuff. Knox and Murdoch and Eric Smalls did a fantastic job of selling the crowd and getting the crowd into it. I think that was the highlight of the night, was the Knox and Murdoch match that took place there. So, you know, there was a lot of stuff that happened. I mean, we can't give it all away, you know, but it was just a fantastic match.
Until you watch it on CW.
That's right. You got to check it out on the CW, guys. You got to get it on the CW. You got to watch it on that Power app.
You might see us on there.
Absolutely.
Because it was live.
We were out there recording. We did some videos. We put it on Facebook. We put some stuff on Twitter. We put some stuff on TikTok. We put a lot of stuff out there, and we were just out there just having fun and having a blast at that Power episode. But I think that was really the highlight of that night, was Knox and Murdoch and everything that took place during that match with them with blunt force trauma. It was just put out as an excellent match. They did such a wonderful job about it. They had a Royal Rumble that took place as well, as an opener, as a get-go, to catch the crowd's attention, to get everything going. And it really panned itself really good out. And
I like the little bunny people that came out there.
Yes,
and they were helping. Like every time they would fall out, they were like dragging them away from the actual arena.
That's right. We're talking about NWA back to the territories that took place in Knoxville, Tennessee, guys. They brought all the major territories down. You know, you had Chicago, you had Florida, you had both Tennessee territories. You had Harley Race's territory out of Missouri. You had all of it in one house that was out there performing and putting up a great show. And like I said, I mean, it was just an awesome show. Awesome things happened at the Power taping that took place just a couple weeks ago. And then moving forward, we went to TWE. Now at the Power our taping, we got to see Jaden Newman, and we got to speak to him. We got to talk to him very well. We also got to speak to Kenzie Page, got to speak to Matt Cardona, got to speak to Brian Idol. Brian Idol actually gave us an 8x10 with some dates on the back of it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but he was nice enough. Now he sells these things between $10 and $15 a spot, and he was just like, "Hey, dude, write my next tapings down." And we actually promoted on our radio cast. So I wrote it down for him, and that was just super nice of Brian Idol to do something like that for us. And it especially got to speak to him for a minute. You know, he was formerly known in the NWA as Mercurio a couple years ago. You know, he performed and went under that name Mercurio. And then I asked him, I said, you know, why the name change? What was really the big deal with the name change? And, you know, he came out and he said, you know, under Fight the World, I've been under Brian Idol for years, and people know me in the Florida area as Brian Idol. And it just didn't make sense for me to go under any other name than Brian Idol. He said the Mercurio thing really didn't get over very well. It was really hard for me to put it out there. So I think that he did a great job of transitioning and letting the NWA transition him back to Brian Idol and using his real name and using everything. So, I mean, it was just an awesome time, an awesome, cool time to be there and to be out there. And like I said, we got to speak to Matt Cardona for a couple minutes. He talked to us about GCW a little bit. He was telling us about his bookings that were taking place, which have already happened and already gone through. And he was just very personable. Now, he was all business in that line. He told me, he said, "Hey, I've got paying customers behind you. Can you scoot over? Let me get what's going on with them." No problem. No problem. You know, I'm cool with that. I just want to talk to you. I just want to get your dates. I want to converse with you a little bit because I'm a wrestling fan. I know that you were a wrestling fan at one point in time. And, you know, you got to have that interaction with people, especially when they're trying to make money and they're trying to do stuff. You can't take too much of their time up. And the golden rule for us, you know, like we were taught, if somebody is dressed and they're ready to go and they're in their business attire and they're getting ready to get in the ring, you leave them alone. You know, you don't say nothing to them. But if they're out there at the crowd and they're conversing in their business attire and they're taking stuff, you talk to them. That was one of those things. He was the general manager for the night. He stepped in for Mr. Billy Corgan, who wasn't there, and he took over and took a really great role and a great lead and did a good job. Now, Mr. Joe Alonzo, we have to talk about this. Mr. Joe Alonzo was very, very disrespectful and very hateful to him in one of the segments that's going to be taking place on the CW here pretty soon. So you guys need to download that app and watch that power. But he was very disrespectful to him, and even went way, way back to when he was the internet champion, and went way, way back to where he was Mr. Woo Woo Woo, and just was talking a bunch of smack and doing a bunch of stuff with him. And, you know, sometimes it works in your favor and sometimes it works. I can't give it out. But let's just say Joe Alonzo had a price to pay that day for getting in the face of Matt Cardona. So, you know, there's lots of good stuff that takes place. And then moving forward, so we went from there. We saw Jaden Newman. You know, Jaden Newman did an awesome job there in that Royal Rumble. Got his name out there, was promoting himself, was doing really good, got to the tables in the back, was selling merchandise, and just had a lot of fun at that show. When we transferred out, we went to a TWE show. We didn't even know that, you know, it was taking place the way that it was going to be taking place. And Jaden Newman just happened to be there. We went for Jameson Shook, and there he was right there. Aiden Wright was right there as well. So the Hoss of the South was there. We got to see a bunch of good people at TWE that following Monday. So Friday hits, we're at Power. Monday, we're at TWE. And then that following Friday, we traveled to New South Pro Wrestling, which was actually taking place right outside of Hollywood, Alabama. I don't know the exact location. It was a Friendship Lodge that was down there. Do you remember the city? It wasn't Decatur. I can't remember off the top of my head. I was so stoked about it. No, it wasn't Murfreesboro.
Or Scottsboro,
Alabama. Scottsboro, Alabama. I'm so sorry, New South Pro Wrestling, Dump Sanders. Please forgive me. I just forgot where we were doing it at. But we traveled down there. We go all the time, guys. So it's hard to keep up with everything. We got to see Cabana Man Dan, the Alabama legend, the legend among men out there. We got to see Tyler Franks too. Tyler Franks is their champion down there, and he did an excellent job against Cabana Man Dan in that match that was going there. Big Dave was down there as well. It's just a memorable experience. It was in a bar That was one thing. So I don't go to a lot of wrestling events that are in a bar, but that one was in a bar and it had low ceilings. There was no high flying going on that night, but they tried.
When, I remember there was the guy that he was contemplating that he was going to jump from the top, and he kept looking up, looking down, looking up, looking down. Like, please don't do it.
No, he's not going to do it.
You're short, but you'll still hit that ceiling.
Rolando Perez was there. He was managing a tag team that actually won the titles that night as well, under some precarious circumstances that we cannot get into. But hey, if you guys are out there in the Alabama area and you're looking for a place to go, New South Pro Wrestling is a great place, great show. They have a great promotion that's going on. You guys get out there and support them and follow them and do great things. And they had a show tonight, guys, but we weren't able to go to that. We were at Championship One Wrestling tonight, but they were a great place to go. And then we went directly into JCP again. We went to NWA JCP, and we joined the Showdown series, the Showcase series, Showcase series that took place in Decatur, Tennessee at the North Meigs Elementary School, and they put on a phenomenal show. That was actually one of the best shows that JCP has put on in a long time. They just topped themselves. They just keep going and going above and beyond, and they're leading up to something special. Thrillbilly is their world heavyweight champion, right? Mm-hmm. But they're leading up to Jax Dane, the Dane event, the most decorated man in NWA history, versus the Thrillbilly. And let me tell you, they are not disappointing at any means whatsoever. They are doing a great job getting themselves out there and promoting themselves up. Hey, buddy, my puppy's down here. My boy Dexter's on my leg right now. He's trying to get me to stop talking and do something for him. Back up, buddy. So they're leading that up, and we got to see the Thrillbilly come out in his brand new all bedazzled jacket, that old Olivia style jacket that he had on. And I mean, it was what
somebody bedazzled it.
I'm telling you, it probably had like 8,000 rhinestones on it, the way it looked.
It was shiny.
If you could imagine the ruby red slippers from
Wizard of Oz.
from the Wizard of Oz, but in a jacket form, that's what it looked like. I mean, it was what's up, James?
It looked heavy and sparkly.
Heavy and sparkly, huh?
Yes.
Absolutely, it did.
And of course, we got to see the Golden.
Yeah, we got to see Evan Golden was there. Michael Gabriel was there. The Guiding Light was there. And Evan Golden is very, very flamboyant every time he comes out. And he's very personable if you get to catch him at one of the tables. He's always very, very personable if you get to see him in person. So we definitely want to put that out there, that Evan Golden is definitely a guy that you want to talk to. You want to be able to see, you want to get some of his merchandise. You want to be able to do some stuff. But yeah, man, I mean, it's just great, to see whenever he's coming out and doing stuff like that. So, I mean, I can't complain too much on that front, but I can say this, if you're going to go out there and you're going to see somebody, SPCW was doing a show tonight, I believe it's Saturday night. They did a show tonight, and it was a graduation show for the James Pritchard Wrestling Academy, or Jacobs Pritchard Wrestling Academy, that was going on with SPCW. And Evan Golden was going to be there tonight. That would have been a great time to see him. I'm going to catch up with him on Facebook, and I'm going to see what his next bookings are, and we're going to try to work around and see some more Evan Golden as it comes out. But yeah, he's always fun. He always gets inside everybody's face and inside everybody's head, especially going with the Book of Gabriel. He's got that Book of Gabriel, and he's always coming out going, "I can help you."
Well, when I was recording, he looked straight at me. He's like, "I can help you. I will help you."
And he's got a great gimmick. Nobody's buying it, Evan. Nobody. You're not even me. We're not buying it. We're not buying into that. But we know you love it. So yeah, I mean, we had a fun time. Manders was out there. The one they call Manders, the Corn Belt Cowboy himself, was out there. Dr. Joe Briggs was there. Goodness gracious. That's my first time seeing Dr. Joe Briggs in person. I've heard a lot of good things about him before in the past, but he definitely did not disappoint. Oh yeah, his lovely wife is his manager. They were phenomenal people. They even reached out to us after the event because they knew that we were recording, and we were able to send them footage. They were able to send us some stuff, and we talked back and forth. Just a great guy. He's very personable outside of the ring. If you guys get a chance to talk to him, he'll talk to you a little bit. Especially if you got something he wants. If you're recording some of them matches, he'll definitely talk to you because he wants to get all that footage he can. He's trying to move up and do some better things for himself and in his life. Tyler Shoup was there.
Big L.
Oh yes, man. The Big L was there. So Lance, Gidemeyer, I believe is his last name. If I pronounce your name wrong, I'm sorry, Lance. I do apologize right here on Wrestle Talk with Arabbidb3aver. But Big Lance was there. The Big L was there himself from TVA, Total Violence Authority. And he did a great job against Andy Optimal and Tyler Shoop. But in the end, you know what happened? The old shoop-a-doop happened, baby. You had to train harder for that match, baby.
And he did train harder because he was fighting for his life in that match.
He was.
Both of them guys up against Big L. He is tall.
He's huge. He's huge and strong. He's extremely strong. He's just got a lot of stuff going on there. So, it makes a big difference in the ring whenever you're strong. But whenever you're tall and you've got the height advantage and the wing advantage, that length advantage, that makes a huge difference because it's you can see
guys
things
in like David and Goliath situation going on over there.
Oh yeah. I think that there's going to be a little bit of jealousy that's going to be taking place inside that feud pretty soon. The Stew Crew is there. We got to see the Stew Crew again. I'm highly impressed with the Stew Crew. Zach and starts with a D. Lord, I've lost his name off the top of my head. I'm so sorry. Apologize, Stew Crew. But I'm super impressed with those guys. They are the tag team champions for JCP right now. But I'm telling you, man, they had something special that was going on. They're in a feud with the Kazanas currently. And it's getting heated. It's getting really, really hot up in that piece. So we're getting to watch all that stuff and see all that stuff and have a good time. And we go from there. And this week we were at Championship One Wrestling. Tonight we were at Championship One Wrestling. We were having a great time at Championship One Wrestling tonight. There's some things that happen, in between. I'm not mad at the way the show turned out, but I think that it should have been flipped a little bit. I think that there should have been some stuff that happened towards the end. So just to get into it, if you guys weren't there, they had two different title matches that took place. They had a tag team title match and they had a world heavyweight title match. I think that they should have been flipped. That's just my personal opinion on it. Doesn't matter for anything, but I think that they should have flipped the tag team title match from the main event and dropped it out to the semi-main event and done the actual world heavyweight champion match, the title match there, and done it at the very end. And the reason I'm saying that is because if you listen to the crowd, you listen to how they react, you listen to how things go on, the biggest pop of the night was in the semi-main event. That pop could have happened twice, but it didn't. It was dead silent at the end of the night.
And if they would have did that, the customers or the people would want to come back for more.
Right, because you're leaving them hanging. You're showing them something that's going to leave them hanging. Whereas the way that it ended tonight, I wasn't really happy with. And like I said, my opinion, I'm just one person, one podcaster, one live streamer. Doesn't really matter what I think a whole lot. But I will tell you this. I think that if they would have switched those matches around, the pop would have been there for both matches. Because you had the tag team titles change hands, and you had the controversy that took place at the end over the World Heavyweight Championship. And it would have caused a lot of people to tune in more, want to be involved more, want to come back more, pay more money to see it, and it would have been talked about a little bit better throughout. There are some other things that took place during the night. Some things were just drawn out a little bit longer than what they needed to be. Some things happened a little bit more than what they should have happened. So I've got on my soapbox before, and I know you've heard me go over this, Lady K. If you're going to do one move, like one person has a special move, let's say they low blow somebody, right? That's their move. They're going to low blow somebody. Nobody else gives a low blow the entire night. Nobody, like whatsoever, because you diminish the effects of that move of what's going to happen.
It becomes repetitive and then it gets boring and then the people just get bored from it and then their attention span goes, ooh, there's a butterfly.
Squirrel. They squirrel. They nuts. Like, oh, look, nuts. Like right. They want to get away from it. And there was a couple spots tonight where that happened and it made it long and drawn out and it made it very boring and very hard to watch in those areas because of what was taking place and what was happening. Now, I'm not going to say this in a bad way. I'm not going to mention any names, but we're just going to call it out as the guarded gnome from the Wizard of Oz that was out there at ringside and his jolly little
minions.
Flagoonigans, the three that were out there on the side of the ring. But they took place in the middle of a match tonight, and there was a couple spots where Okay, one time you throw somebody out of the ring and you let them get it in. Like you clothesline them, you throw them into the rails, you do whatever. The second time, okay, I've got you. You can rake the eyes, pull their neck, whatever you're going to do. But if you're going for the same move every time and it's the same person every time doing it and it's the same thing every time happening when it's out there, when you got goons on the outside of the ring,
it gets boring.
It gets very boring very fast. Very boring very fast. So that was my hit for the night. You know, that's my absolute hit for the night. But if we're going back in time, so, okay, you've got 3 things against you tonight on almost an 8-match card there. It was a 6.5 match card there. It could have been 8 because of the way that it started out. It started off with a bang. You know, Dalton Blake was in there running his mouth. The Professor of Pain himself with the Ravishing Reed and that little briefcase that he carries around with Monopoly money inside of it, trying to buy everybody's love and attention and everything else because, you know, he was the wow baby that never got anything that he wanted.
He knew his pacifier.
He does. Kayla gave him a pacifier a couple weeks ago. He had to suck on it.
Last week when we went, she did.
Yeah, that's right. She sure did. Apologize.
And his opponent wiped him clean tonight.
Oh, absolutely wiped him clean tonight. Buddy, hold on, buddy. I'll take you in just a minute. There's old Dexter Doodle. Look, it's the world famous Dexter Doodle trying to come up. He's trying to tell me something special. Get down, buddy. So, you know, Dalton Blake started out with a bang tonight. The show started out with a bang tonight, the way that it happened. AMJ came on out and he had some fun. He had some fun at the expense of none other than Dalton Blake. And it was a great time to see that happen. Followed directly by the bad guy himself coming back and making a debut, making his C1W debut again, or his return debut, I should say. To come out there. So Alex Michaels was out there.
And Whitney.
Whitney came out. That's right. His lovely wife and manager, Whitney, was there. So, I mean, it turned out the events were pretty good of things that happened on the card tonight, things that were available to the card. Like I said, there's just some minuses that took place in between there. So overall, not bad at all. It was a little hot in the building, but not bad. Just stay hydrated, drink you some water, sit by a fan, bring your own fan. Just a smidge. But you guys know, what you were saying, you know what we're going. It was a lot of fun tonight. And so the upcoming events that we're going to be going to is this weekend, the 28th, we're going to be going to Krossfire Professional Wrestling, which is NWA territory, and it's going to be in Newport, Tennessee, baby, at the Armory that's up there in Newport. Then we're also
there on Friday.
That's right. That's going to be on Friday. And then on Saturday, we're going to be going to PileDriver Professional Wrestling, which is going to be taking place in Livingston, Tennessee at Joe L. Evans Center, the community center that's out there. And we're going to be having a good time on each of those that's going to be going down. So we would like to invite each of you to come out if you guys have the chance to do that. Krossfire will be selling tickets at the door. They also have a few available online. I do know that their front row and their front row seating is already sold out. So just to let you know, you're going to be getting general admission tickets when you get there. But Juventud Guerrero is supposed to be there. They're world heavyweight champion, and he's scheduled to be there. The kids are supposed to be there. The Drake kids are supposed to be there. So it's going to be a lot of fun, man. It's going to be a lot of things. The Page sisters are going to be there. Just a lot of fun, a lot of stuff going on in that world, that time, everything that's happening with it. Also, we got... like I said, PileDriver Pro. So Tyler Shoup's going to be going against Gustavo up there, the baby making machine himself, Gustavo. And Tyler Shoup has put some good stuff out, which I actually reposted on my Facebook. Those of you that are following me on Facebook, just scroll on down and check it out and see what's happening there. You can catch it out there. Tyler Shoup's talking some smack. He's talking some smack, talking about you better not be able to dance on me. You're gonna have to train harder, baby. So Shoopy Doop, baby, shoot.
He should sing while he's singing that, or dance to that song.
Dance to it would be good. Come out and dancing.
Yeah.
Just especially since he's going against Gustavo. That would just be perfect. Taunt him a little bit, get it out there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, that's what's going on in our world. So we're about 25 minutes in, roughly, on this. I think we've covered everything that's happened. Is there anything that I've missed here? Did we go to anything in between that you can remember? Because we go to a lot. I mean, we go to a lot of stuff. We're always on the road, always traveling, always moving stuff, always seeing things. So
Think of it. I think you hit all of them in a short span.
Well, out of all those shows, what was your favorite? I mean, what did you enjoy the most?
I really enjoyed the Decatur and
Knoxville. So you like the JCP and you like the original NWA stuff. Hey, I mean, I've got to say the power event that took place in Knoxville was probably my favorite show that we've been to. Just the way that they handled it, the professionalism, different aspects. We got to see Gary Horn at that show. I mean, I got to speak to Gary. You know, Gary's their podcast host that takes place on Mondays. If you guys follow their podcast through National Wrestling Alliance on Facebook, if you follow it through Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Trovo, they're on like 30 different platforms with that thing through StreamYards is who they use. I use Streamlabs. They use StreamYards. But every Monday about 5:30, 6:30, somewhere in there, depending on when everybody gets off, they host their live show for the events that are coming up for the week. Gary Horn hosted it. We saw Gary on the floor. I yelled, "Hey," because we're up in the stands, like we're up in the stands, like at the top, almost the top of the first level. And I yelled, "Hey, Gary!"
And his loud army voice.
He looks up and he goes, I said, "Yeah, hey, Gary." And he came up the stairs to talk to us, you know, and got to introduce ourselves, talk to him a little bit. And we just really had a good time, really good time conversing with him, making sure that everything was going smooth on that front. He talked to me about Dothan. He talked to me about the upcoming events that they had. He talked to me about the merchandise that was on the table. He talked to me about their live stream. He even found me at the end of the show and was like, "Hey, what did you think about this? And could we have done anything better?" Or, you know, he was trying to look for ideas from the fans and from the podcasters and from a people personable perspective. Let's say it like that
10 times.
Yes, that's really fast. But he was definitely trying to get the feedback that he was looking for from his fan base, because it makes a big difference on how they perceive you, how they perceive the product, and how they can put out the product to make it more perceivable by more eyes and more ears and everything. And not only that, but I gave them free advertising. So as we've gone on the last couple months, every event that we go to, we free advertise for you guys. We do that because we want you to know that we care about you guys and professional wrestling and the state of wrestling first and foremost. And then secondly, we want to brand ourselves. Wrestle Talk with Arabbidb3aver. Hey guys, I got merch available, guys. If you don't know, I'll show it to you. It'll pop up for you. Look at this screen right here that's coming up. So as you see, I've got this red hoodie on that's over on my left, probably your light on your screen, but I've got some extras that are available as well, different colors that are available. And I've got the baseball tees. I've got everything. That's how we keep our lights on. That's how we keep our water on. That's how we keep everything running and mowing through. But that's what we do here to make sure that everything is taken care of. And you can get you some of that merchandise at www.streamlabs.com/Arabbidb3aver. You see me on the screen right there under Kick, under Trovo, under Nerdy Gaming with Arabbidb3aver, Twitch. That's how you spell it. ARABBID3AVER /merch. That's how you get it, guys. And you guys head on over there and get you some of that good stuff, because that's definitely our moneymaker. That's how we keep going to these places and traveling and making sure that everything's taken care of. And we want to make sure that you all know that you all are our breadwinners. Now, I'm not going to hide anything or disclose anything from you. Those items, the prices that are on them, do not have shipping and handling included. You have to include shipping and handling. There is not an item that's on my page that's more than $10 for shipping and handling. That's extra. So I want to let you know up front, as low as $1, as high as $10, just depending on the item. And I do not control it. It comes from Charlotte, North Carolina, the factory that we have everything made out of. That's who controls the shipping and handling. So wherever you're at, central to Charlotte, North Carolina, from our factory, that's where it's going to be to you, and the pricing that's going to cost you based upon your zip code from where they're at.
And the hoodie that you're wearing right now is very soft.
Very comfortable, very warm. The drawstring came out of it a couple days ago, but that's after like 7 washes, and puppies trying to tear it to shreds. I've got 3 puppies, guys.
It was either it come out or you be hanged by the puppies.
And those were the options. Those were literally the options on it. So I've got my red hoodie on here, my fabulous hoodie, and I'm promoting that out for you guys. I want you to see that first and foremost, and how it looks and how it turned out. And it's got my glasses up here on the top. I don't know if you guys can see it, but my glasses are there. Wrestle Talk with Arabbidb3aver. In my microphone. So, that's my stuff that's over there. I also have the Op and Fox stuff that's available to it. I have the Camel Toe Adventure stuff. If you guys follow me on TikTok, I'm under Camel Toe Adventures. It's music and wrestling both. I have that available to you guys as well. I also have the Op and Fox stuff off YouTube, the Wrestle Talk with Arabbidb3aver, Nerdy Gaming with Arabbidb3aver stuff. So I have the pizza slices for the Nerdy Gaming. It's green, like the Xbox colors, because that's what I was playing at the time, hot and heavy, whenever I did it. So I wanted it to look like Xbox. But I got those old pizza slices ones available as well too. So I've got lots of merchandise available, water bottles, coffee mugs. I got a bunch of stuff. Just check it out. See if there's anything that interests you. Clothes. I've got tons of clothes for guys and girls. Have girls clothes, guys clothes, everybody's clothes. Clothes. Everybody gets some clothes. I feel like Oprah Winfrey when I said
You get clothes.
You get clothes. You get clothes. You get clothes. Everybody gets clothes. But yeah, we just have a lot of fun. That's the best way to do that. And I think like I said, let's go back. I think the Knoxville show was the best show that we've been to. If I had to do a second, I think the JCP event that we went to on the showcase series last week was awesome. An awesome show. It was just wonderful. Took place really well. Very well thought out, very well drawn out. The characters that were presented to you from different brands, different territories. SPCW showed up. Jones Pritchard Wrestling Academy showed up. Regular NWA people showed up. People from all over showed up. Audrey Allen was there. I mean, goodness. Now we saw her also at Harriman Heat, and while she was wrestling with the legend Ricky Morton herself, one of her gauges came out of her ear, and she was in lots of pain at that show. But it looked like she got it back put together and was doing really well. She tag teamed too at the show we saw in Decatur, the showcase series, and she did wonderful. So Audrey Allen, we're giving you a shout out right here.
Hot Train Express.
The Hot Mess Express. Yeah, Hot Mess Express. That's right, baby.
You did very well. And then their opponents, Lindsay and
the Goons. The Goons girls. Yeah, they were good too. We got to see them at TWE also on that following Monday. They were there too. They did an intergender match at TWE, so they're not afraid to take some hits and take some bumps and do some things that's a little bit different, a little bit controversial in professional wrestling currently, especially.
They did good taking on the guys.
Especially with the way that the world is working right now, But the Goons did an excellent job at TWE. They did an excellent job with JCP. Also, the Hot Mess Express, Audrey Allen, her tag team partner, did a wonderful job out there as well.
Of course, they can see all the videos that's posted on your page.
Oh, yes. You guys can scroll down, go to my Facebook page, scroll down. You can see all the videos that we put out under our Reels. You can click on the Reel tab directly. It'll take you to all of them. You can see everything right there from everything that we've done. I kind of got some sad news, though. So I told you I had 3 puppies. I got 2 girl puppies that are twins, but they're beagle twins and they're different colors. One's like black and white, and the other one actually looks like a hound dog, brown and black and a little bit of white on her. They got a hold of my camera and my phone the other day and tore it up. So I'm waiting on a replacement to come in before I can start taking some new videos for everybody and get it together. So that's kind of the downfall here. So Krossfire, we're going to be coming with her phone, and we're going to be using it on her phone and trying to translate it over and make sure everything's going good. So you can catch her at the Old Lady Spock Bunny. Where can they get you at? Where's your Facebook?
Under my surname, Kasara Croft.
Surname Kasara Croft. That's Kasara space Croft is how you find her. The old Princess Lady K, the Spock Bunny herself. And she's got reels on her page too. She does a great job with it. Also, do you have anything on your TikTok?
I do. I have some.
What's your TikTok, honey?
I think it's Lady K24. I think.
Lady K24.
I don't look at my own name.
Oh, you heard it here first, guys.
I just post. I don't look.
She looks. Don't let her lie to you. Don't let that little thing lie to you. She looks. But she likes to post.
Princess Lady K30.
Princess Lady K30. It's exactly what it is. Mm-hmm. So like I said, we had a lot of fun. We've had a lot of fun, and we're looking forward to having some more fun. Krossfire Professional Wrestling on the 28th in Newport, Tennessee. The 29th following day, we're going to be in Livingston, Tennessee, going up there to PileDriver Pro Wrestling to check some stuff out. And hopefully we'll get to see more than what we bargained for with Tyler Shoup and Gustavo. And might get to see your man up there. He's booked up there on the card to be there, right?
Angston.
That's right. Angston Ray, baby. He's going to be up there doing some good stuff, running some great things. So we'll get to see some good professional wrestling, and we'll keep you guys posted as it comes out. We'll talk about all the shows, all the places that we've gone, all the things that we've done in this life as we go forward. And before we go, I'm going to head over to my Facebook page directly, if it will load for me. Why is it being... It's being the crack the monkey. But it's trying to be... Yeah, it really is. It's really trying to be bad here. It's being super slow, and it's because I'm live right now currently. But I'll show you guys on the live scene, if it wants to pop up for me, what we've got here. Boom, right there. You can catch it. As you see, I've got Dexter. That's my little baby doodle dog whenever he was little. My little beagle, my first beagle that I had. And his sister looks just like him, except her face is just a little bit different, but same coloring, everything on him. And you can see we're live right now, but if you check it right here, you can check out what's going to happen. Now, we're promoting for Black Harvest on Krossfire Professional Wrestling, which is going to be taking place October 4th. They've got at the Sevierville Civic Center in Sevierville, Tennessee. We're promoting on that right now. Tommy Henry has been gracious enough to let us do that, so I've been doing that for him to let you guys know that we will be trying to go there if we're available on the dates that are available. We are scheduled to be in Florida at some point in time in October, and I just don't know when. So we're holding off right now. Tommy, I promise if we're able to come, we're going to come. If not, we will be holding off, but I will let you know either way. But I'm going to promote it for you either way it goes. And you can get your tickets right here, and it's through Brown Paper Tickets. If you click this link, it'll take you to brownpapertickets.me event, and it'll show you the event that's up. Get your tickets directly right then. Also, Wind City took place tonight under that. You can check that out. I mean, that's going to be happening hot and heavy as we're moving into the 23rd now. It was, well, it was yesterday is when it took place. My live streams for C1W, you can catch all that stuff. All the stuff that's going to be going on in the world of wrestling, you can catch it right here, all the places and things that are going on. Christopher Wright over here is talking about Ego Pro Wrestling, the stuff that took place last month, and the show that they're going to be putting on in August. He's got some stuff down there direct and available too. And like I said, you can catch anything and everything in between, the promos 4 and 2 and everything. You can catch me. You can catch everything. And as we were talking about, Saturday, June 29th, Joe L. Evans Community Center, 312 West Broad Street, Livingston, Tennessee. It's going to be going down, guys. Tyler Shoup versus Gustavo. You do not want to miss this match. Hey, one of our friends, Torque, is going to be facing him as well. I think he faced him tonight, so I hope he did really well against Tyler Shoup. I will find out. I will reach out to Torque and see what's going on. The Party Bowl is going to be taking place as well, guys. You've got to be checking this stuff out. That's going to be in Knoxville, Tennessee for New Generation Wrestling in Tennessee. That's going to be taking place. Tyler Breeze is going to be there. The Outrunners are going to be there. So many more. You guys got to check this out. AWF is going to be hosting the fabulous one, Douglas Sanders. If you are not a Doug addict, you are living under a rock. You have got to get out and see Douglas Sanders. Douglas Sanders is the man, baby. He is the man. And you guys need to know it up front. He's going to be taking place, AWF Live, I think is going to be in July is when this one's going to be taking place. Let me just make sure I'm telling you the right thing. Yeah, July 6th is when this is going to be taking place at AWF. That's going to be happening. Like I said, I've got Black Harvest put up here. TCW is going to be hosting Brando Jordan. He's right here up the top right-hand corner of my screen, maybe the left-hand corner on your screen. But he's going to be hosting in Tallahassee Championship Wrestling here pretty soon. July 20th is when he's booked to be there. I cannot wait for that. I cannot wait to see that stuff go down and take place as it's going through. Evan Golden is putting up his stuff that's going to be taking place here as well through School of Morton today. He's going to be doing tapings at the School of Morton today. I don't know what city that they're going to be at, but he was at Southern Pride Championship Wrestling last night. He was versing Poke the Third last night. Also NWA Power, and on the CW app, you can catch him out. Jaden Newman's going to be doing a crash course July 1st, 6:30 p.m. TWE. You guys can catch him there. Hopefully, if everything works out, where we have enough money to go around from you guys buying all of our merchandise and stuff, we will definitely be on that front. Right, Lady Spock Bunny?
Yes.
Okay. Also, NWA JCP is hosting on Friday, July 19th at the Texas Troubadour Theater in Nashville, Tennessee. They are hosting, and they have got a thrill card. The Stu Crew, Chase Stevens, Colby Carter, the Country Gentleman, Silas Mason, Jax Dane, and so many more are scheduled to be there for that Trials at the Troubadour right there Friday, July 19th. The bell time is going to start at 8 p.m. That's Central Standard Time. For those of you that don't know, Nashville is Central Standard Time. And they've got pictures of everything up available for you. But this is how you find me. You got me right here. You can see everything. Joseph D. Hughes right here. I've got all sorts of stuff up on it. And if you want to catch those reels we were talking about, just hit that reel button. It'll pop it up for you. My internet is really slow, guys. I do apologize. But it'll pop it up for you. It'll show you everything that's going on, everything that's happened, all the people that are watching our stuff as it goes through. And this is just one site that we've got reels going to. I've got them on Facebook. I've got them on YouTube. I've got them on Twitch, Trovo, Rumble. I got them everywhere, guys. So you can catch me everything. If you check out the Arabbidb3aver, like it's listed in the name below, you can catch us and get it going there as you see. But like I said, I got a bunch of stuff that's here. I got Championship 1 wrestling stuff. I've got us going places on here. I've got us doing lots of stuff on here. So we have lots of fun as it pops up and goes through and has out. Lady Princess K, what do you want to say?
So in October, we'll be in Florida. I'm starting on the 6th.
On the 6th.
Yeah,
so
it's on a Sunday. Then we're there all the way through that whole week.
All the way through the whole week. So we may be able to go to Krossfire that's taking place in Sevierville then. Mm-hmm. So Tommy Henry, if you're watching this, NWA, Krossfire, we might be able to go to your event. We're going to be trying to, as long as we make enough money, we're going to be coming to your event.
Might be a long drive, but we can be there.
We're going to do it.
Of course, yes! With my drive, then we can do it.
We can do it.
I don't drive fast. I just glide fast.
She just glides. That's what she likes to say. I just glide.
I just glide fast.
She flies, guys. There's no lying about it. This lady wants to drive 100 every chance she gets. I've got a car that registers 160. And if she knew how to drive it, she'd take that thing to the max, baby. She'd be rolling.
I so would.
But yeah, we have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun doing this. We have a lot of fun just living our lives and having fun and doing wrestling stuff. So that's our world for a little bit. Everything that's gone on, everything that's happened. Is there anything that you would like to say specifically to the viewers before we get off tonight?
Just download the CW if you haven't already and watch some good episodes on every type of wrestling out there.
That's right. NWA Power has the best wrestling in the world right now. I'm huge on the NWA. I grew up NWA, AWA. I tell everybody every chance that I get to that they need to go out and see that stuff and be a part of that and have some fun with the NWA JCP, NWA Krossfire, Fight the World Wrestling, Harley Race Wrestling, all of them, the League of Legends Wrestling, NWA Chicago, everything that they do, you guys need to be a part of it and have some fun. Exodus Pro, just great stuff. Ohio Valley Wrestling, just anywhere and everywhere that they are, and anywhere and everywhere that they are represented in the world of wrestling, you guys need to follow that. It's just great stuff. And there's a difference between professional wrestling, indie wrestling, and outlaw indie wrestling, backyard style outlaw indie wrestling. There's a huge difference in between all of them. So each style is different. Each set of rules are different. Each competitive nature is different on them.
And the environment's different.
The environments are totally different. So you guys need to be out there and checking some good stuff out. As we mentioned earlier, we have a lot of stuff that's on our Facebook page. We have a lot of stuff that's on our Twitter page. We have a lot of stuff that's just out there in the world of wrestling, and we're just trying to get our names out there and do it as well. So until the next time we meet, guys, thank you guys for coming in, viewing this episode, being a part of this, talking to us, having a lot of fun with us. And we love to interact with you and talk to you guys. So thank you so much. And we'll see you on the flip side. Lady K.
Have a great evening.
All right. Bye, guys. Y'all be safe.
Bye.